Today's fair use broadcast is brought to you by the word material. If it wasn't for the word material, we could not have warned you about fair use. This is Tom Brokaw. Well, not really. Welcome to Easy Reefers! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, and Welcome back to my little fat head in a box. No, my head's in a tiny box off to the side. That's reasonable. Welcome back to Easy Reefers, where I apparently did not figure out a funny way to enter this live stream. Sucks to be me, I know. So I'm kind of in a manic state, like the guy from the Radio Shack that Johnny Five went to. Yeah. Short circuit. No. Because I just spent a god-awful amount of time, probably the past 30 hours that I could commit to it, straight, not even paying attention to a single fucking news video or anything I've put on, putting stuff on for other people to be entertained and then ignoring it completely as I censor 1,300 of my own videos. You may have noticed that suddenly today my channel only has 770 videos. That was not on purpose. I've basically taken off everything that, you know, certain people who aren't loyal to their own countries or whatever might have a problem with. So now, just take a look at the new and improved channel layout. We have new playlists dedicated to helping people set up and maintain saltwater aquariums, as well as treating sick fish. Got some interesting new, or interesting old videos that you might have missed. Tried to move them up to the front of some of these playlists, like the true perculas chasing around the laser pointer, and these little guys when they were this big, just getting transferred into their grow out tub. Anyways, looks like the notifications haven't gone out, so we won't be having anyone in the chats. But anyway, so before I give up altogether, in which case I will, of course, be flipping this channel back to the way it was, only probably more obnoxious. I thought I might acquiesce to what my employer wants from me. Even though the stated terms of our contract, my employer, that's you, YouTube, my employer, you fucking hired a contractor, told them to make videos for you. Told them what kind of videos you liked. They did what you liked, and you screwed them. So now that they've decided that they like different things, I'm changing my content. I have now censored, that is, put on private and what do you call, jeez, how many times in one day can I do it and then forget what the fuck it was? Unlisted playlist? Yeah, unlisted playlist. Alright, as I pull it up, but if I can remember. So, everything related to the previous taboo, quote-unquote, discussions on this channel will now only be available through direct link. And all of the playlists that were there are no longer there. The playlists that had random comment accidentally added to it, random content accidentally added to it, have been deleted. And let's see if it helped. I mean, they have it within the capability of their algorithm, essentially, to analyze when someone is trying to make money off of YouTube. You know, uploading every single day, just about. I do, just about every single day, more than most channels. $13.20 per 28 days. $13.28 per month, basically. And let's see, when I started my editing, I had 500 views. It spiked to 600 views, and now it's down to 560 views in 48 hours. So I'm getting right over 250 views, or 200 or so views per day. That's it. I used to get between 2,600 and 5,000 views per day. And what's funny is that I was watching, as I was editing these videos, a video, I had them listed in order of most viewed, okay? So they would come, like starting with the ones that I have 150,000, all the way down to 50, 40. And there were several times I saw a video twice while proceeding from most to least views. Literally, they were deleting my views before my fucking eyes. The video I just posted a week or so ago, it had 40-something views, and then I saw it again 2 pages later, again, arranged from most viewed, high to low. 3 pages later, it went from 40-something views down to 21 views. That happened multiple times last night. I must have directly witnessed at least 150 views get deleted from my channel, just while I was trying to censor myself so that they would stop fucking me in the ass so hard. But as of now, I have created an easyreefers@gmail donate address with PayPal, and I'm asking anyone who can send us some support, do so, because this isn't going so well. And well, before I wind up homeless, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another full report with my new device that isn't fucking Google ran. And then I'm gonna hit the road. And that's it. I've driven for fucking 1.5 years straight. I used to live in 2 different cars. And I can make some professional grade things. That's all I will say. from a visit to the Home Depot. And nothing you have ever seen, imagined, heard of will even come close to what being made homeless by trying to defend my country is going to cause. So that's it. I made the mistake of trying to defend my own country. How dare I? And did some investigating, did some playing, some posing, some provocateurism. And I did so in line with what was currently marketable and widely acceptable, with one discrepancy. I was trying to be a patriot and trying to talk sense into these people. I was going straight for the crazies and saying, you know, there are, like, real things in the world. About all the detail I'm going to go in on that. Because for some reason, just pointing out the obvious, trying to get people to stop fighting amongst themselves and kind of ignoring the way the planet's being destroyed as a result. Again, how dare I? I apologize. I was apparently very wrong for doing so, because on a vast level, many people have suffered. Many, many people have suffered. Many other YouTube channels have lost considerable amounts of revenue. All because of me. All because I thought that people might listen to reason. But I should have known better. Because if you need a crazy guy on YouTube to tell you what the fuck is up and down, the world's in horrible shape. So, what we're going to do on this channel from now on is quite simple. I have prepared, well, I have drafted, at least, a dozen or so already, top 5 and top 10 lists for things that people would find very useful regarding saltwater aquariums and the like. We're going to be doing more gaming, because I don't care. They've edited their policies to make it more difficult for gamers to make money. Sorry, again, I'm sorry. You know, because I started doing gaming. I said I was going to do the pay to promote thing. They deleted the pay to promote thing. Said I was going to do a donate button. You know, please donate with the donate button. They deleted the donate button. Just one thing after another. All of YouTube has suffered because I thought they might allow me to tell the truth. So just to keep me from making a living on a basic level, just to keep me from being able to keep my fucking family fed, they've robbed thousands of people of millions of dollars. So I am now not going to talk about that certain country that I was the only one to talk about. For years, I was the only one to talk about it. Ooh. I just danced for Leo. Reading progress. We're going to be doing old Final Fantasy, because apparently new Final Fantasy can only be monetized by people who don't show their faces. It can be monetized. I found many Final Fantasy 13 videos that were monetized. Just mine can't be. So I'm going to stop doing Final Fantasy 13 unless I do clear instructional things like that boss battle. That was monetizable. So now I know. But all those years that all those thousands of different gamers were monetizing gameplay, just unending gameplay, just demonstrable gameplay, this is how you do this, and doing it for a while, that can no longer be monetized. And I bet you my pinky toenail it was because of me. So, gonna be careful not to talk any politics. No politics on this channel. Gonna be doing car repair videos. I actually just noticed I got 10,000 views on a freaking car repair video. I wonder how many views that actually has. You know, before they stole them from me. Because like I was saying earlier, I see we got more people watching now. I was saying earlier, I was editing my videos in order of most viewed to least viewed. And I would see a video on one page as I was clearing and, you know, moving videos to unlisted over and over. You know, just page after page, 30 videos at a time. Fucking going through every single one, you know, and leaving like 5 of them per page. I would see the videos that I would leave 3 pages later with half as many views. I was seeing my views get deleted in real fucking time. By half. Like I'm in fucking divorce court and shit. Half. They took half. Maybe YouTube just thinks it's my ex-wife. So, anyways, I'm an okay mechanic, okay? I'm the kind of guy that if you know me, you save a lot of money. Because mechanics that work at all kinds of different shops all over town generally don't have the diagnostic capability that I have on the vehicles that I'm good with, okay? Not an all-encompassing mechanic. I'm an old-school Honda Acura mechanic. So when it comes to old-school Honda Acuras, I'm going to be continuing to share my knowledge on that. But for complete information, like I said, I still recommend Eric the Car Guy. Oh, and I should probably apologize to Eric the Car Guy in particular, because I mentioned him, he got fucking targeted. Can't even give credit and try to help people by sending them to the certified master Acura technician that has been here on YouTube for over 10 years. He was just a great guy and just makes very good videos, you know. I don't know him personally or anything, but they go and fuck with him just because I roughed him. That's nice. So, in a week, the kids are going to be out of school. We're broke. My wife just applied for disability and food stamps. Because every time we go to the fucking doctor, they just give her more fucking appointments. And she has become some sort of intellectual study case now. Oh, because we can afford to be that for them. But that's not all, folks. The fucking Republicans in Louisiana are trying to cancel food stamps. That's not politics. I'm hungry. They're trying to cancel, as in cut it completely out of the budget. Food stamps in Louisiana. Chances are, if that happens, you will be eating some food grown by people who can't afford to eat that food. Because we grow a lot of food here in Louisiana. The mass airflow sensor? No shit, Joey? Wow. I wonder if you swap that old sensor back if it would work. Like maybe it was loose or something. But why the hell haven't they figured out how to make a map sensor throw a code? Oh, gee, here we go. It typed throat. It typed throat. Throw a code. Wow. Okay. So anyways, Joey had a car in the shop that was just there for an oil change. Customer takes it out of the parking lot, hits the gas pedal, and it bogs. Won't accelerate at all. At all. Was not throwing any kind of engine code at all. Again, all it was in there for was an oil change. Suddenly he's got to spend the whole damn night troubleshooting. What kind of sensor? So, how does an oil change make a map sensor go bad? Get on the live stream. I'm going to try to explain how it might have happened. Alright, so oil. You know what it does? It does two things. One of which you're probably well aware of. Fucking lubricates, right? Well, the other thing that modern oils do, especially, well, I gotta medicate my tanks, but I just medicated them. I was late and slackadaisical this morning, and I just medicated them a little while ago, so I don't have to medicate them now. Anyway, so, oil. Synthetic oil. And modern oil with the additional polymers and crap that they put in. The other very important thing that it does is absorb moisture. Now, a map sensor is a funny little thing. And they are known to get clogged with moisture. And will, like, be that way for a while and then suddenly go out. And it's always a mystery what suddenly makes them go out. But in this case, I think it might actually be obvious. The oil, the new oil, absorbed the moisture, causing the map sensor to be relieved of its moisture, and thus the shorted out connection that was only being barely connected by the moisture and giving a crap reading. I'm sure they were getting horrible gas mileage. Then completed shorting. So then it finally went out altogether because of the new oil helping to absorb the overall moisture. Absorbing the overall Worcestershire sauce in the intake manifold. Huh. Just goes to show you, man. When in doubt, and everything else is fucking fine with that fuel injection system. You got fuel pressure, O2 sensors, nothing's throwing any kind of code. I was trying to remember, what is the one sensor that always goes bad without throwing a code? It's the map sensor. I couldn't remember. But that's why. It's because of the moisture getting up in there. So all I could think was that, and if you need to explain it to the customer, feel free to use my explanation. Because if the oil in that car was relatively old, if they had even just driven it in the rain a few times, and there was like a decent amount of humidity that had been absorbed up in that oil, then it wouldn't have allowed much of a condensation cycle to occur. Whereas oil sitting in a motor that's brand new is going to act a little bit like baking soda. Just a little. So that map sensor had been bad for a while and was giving it's a semiconductor, okay? So if it can semiconduct, it'll give a reading. Ask them how their gas mileage was, and it was probably horrible. So what it was giving was a reading that wasn't right, but it was still giving a reading through the water. But once that new oil and whatever other maintenance you did cleaned the moisture out of there, the sensor stopped reading. Huh. I've seen the explanation about the motor thing, but I've never seen the, about the moisture. But I've never put two and two together, that it might be from the oil change itself with the modern moisture absorbent polymers that they put in oil. Anyway. So, hi Murphace, hi Joey, and Hi, Max. Let's see if anybody wants to look at the new playlists. I think Max might find them useful. I got basically the saltwater fish care thing has been edited just to be more entertaining, but then I added a marine reef aquarist help and how to, and I'm going to be continuing to add to that as I go through and find all the different just basic helpful instructional videos. I got the nano tank videos on there, and of course lots and lots of ick outbreak videos and jeez, quarantine videos. I got a new section just for clownfish breeding. So if you want to see the cute little baby clownfish and stuff, we got our own section for that now. I'm trying to make it to where I have playlists that don't have live streams intermingled in them. So if you'd like to, you could just play the lists. Saltwater fish care seems to be pretty good for that. The disease one, it has a live stream like 15 videos into it. That's not bad. Yeah, the saltwater fish care one has had all the live streams removed from it, so it's a good playthrough thing. Finally got the new trailer showing up. That's good. So it goes from order of saltwater fish care. I got auto repair and reviews with my 10,000. Really? It just had 10,592 views. There's an ad. So, do you want me to try to take my car up there? Period. Oh, should have been a question mark, huh? No, seriously, I probably just cut it out because I was playing a video all of a sudden because I wanted to see. They just cut 400 views off of that video. They just cut 400 fucking views off of it. It just had. Oh, am I? Please tell me I'm mistaken. Wait, hold on. If I find 10,500 on this other one, then I'm mistaken. I want to be mistaken. I would have like a fucking orgasm if I could just make a fucking mistake. Yes, I'm mistaken. It's the huge weird worm video that has 10,500 views. The CRV radiator replacement video has 10,112 views. That one has 10,597 views. Which means it's gained 5 views. That's good. So, oh, part 2 even has 5,000 views. That ain't bad. Yeah, that tire is so dry rotted. It's good for up and down the driveway, but that's about it. So my new tires that I had bought for the back of my Accord, we had to sell to a friend who needed them because we needed fucking money. But I made $8 in profit. Paid 112 ship, sold them for 120. But then he still owes us $40. So chickens ain't hatched yet. Anyways. Let's put some reef tanks up. Well, my wife's texting me. Yes. So I went out there today, reconfigured my compressor because the old hose had burst, so we ordered a new hose, but I got the cheap extension hose without the end fittings on it, so I had to take the end fittings off my old hose to put them on the new hose, but that's fine. Well worth the money I saved. The new hose, oh my god, it holds a lot of pressure though. Like, I've been using this little crappy yellow, like, Craftsman home compressor. You know, the little yellow curly one, the springy. It's shite. Not only did it break, but it was apparently so crap this entire time, I didn't even know how much, like, pressure I could have. No wonder my AC vacuum out didn't go well. I had one of those little compressors, little vacuum pumps that works by hooking up to the compressor. And, it was like the little compressor that could, you know? But just barely, just so weakly, just almost, that's good enough kind of vacuum, you know? Just almost a vacuum, mostly vacuum. A Louisiana vacuum, you know? Well, this new hose, one of them big black rubber ones, that you actually have in the mechanic shop. First time I unplugged it from the compressor, it popped so loud in my face, I thought I died. I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. My life didn't flash before my eyes, but the menu from Denny's did. That's just a joke. But I bet you my air gun will actually work now. If my back wasn't out just from driving, I'd want to go work on some cars and shit. Apparently I've been, like, you know, standing up and turning a steering wheel too long. So my back has been out. Right in the middle, right where it fucking broke. Just feeling like somebody jamming a knife in there. It sucks. But anyways, forgot where the hell I was going with that story to begin with. The compressor, with its brand new hose, that's been sitting on a shelf for like 3 months since we bought it. Went out and adjusted the tire pressure on all the tires outside, and this one tire of mine has been a little low for well, a lot longer than I should have left it that way. A lot longer, because now it has that lovely ring of dry rot all the way around. And now people are text messaging me telling me that the stream is cutting off. Which is weird, because it doesn't say the stream is cutting off here. It says the stream is fine. It does, however, say that less people are watching now. Let's go ahead and leave that up on that. So if you can't get the stream to working, go have a look at the new channel layout. Tell me what you think. Tell me how it stacks up to other reefing channels. I think I got a pretty good spread. And you know, I may not have the fanciest, trendy equipment, but it doesn't take long watching other channels, except for like the really good ones. It doesn't take long watching other channels to realize these people got a lot more extra money than they do actual experience and wisdom to share. So the stream is fine in Holland, but the American viewers are having trouble. Trump is hosting the president of Uzbekistan? What the f... Okay. Shouldn't have said that. Should have just left that alone. But this is just a vlog video, so... Suck it. Wow. Wow. Uzbekistan. But we can definitely talk about the volcano. Kilauea. Oh, wait. You know, sometimes you have a dream where you can fly, and you wake up and wonder, why can't I fly? But what you never remember is that in that dream, by the time you could fly, so could everybody else. So the age of the Earth is largely calculated with these lava lines that shift between their disposition based upon the magnetic pole of the Earth. They think that for every 10,000 years or so, when the magnetic pole shifts, it represents another one of these lines. It makes me wonder if they've ever seen one of those lines made. Because until you do, couldn't something else be causing it? What if it were every 100 years? What single human being knows the difference? Knows the difference. Then again, we don't really know how often the pole changes, do we? But I was thinking, how long have compasses been out? Was there some kind of massive reissuing of compasses 100 years ago? Oh, these compasses don't work anymore. You need one with the south element facing it. I think I had a dream about that a long time ago. People would have old compasses. My compass points south. Well, then it's probably not working very well, they would say. You need to get a new compass. It points north. It's more accurate, they would say. Sound familiar to anyone? Maybe it's every 500 years. But then again, with the attention span we have these days, it could have happened in the freaking 80s. Back to the fish tanks. Now I got what does the fox say stuck in my head. Shit. Cha 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 cha. So I'm going back and forth on a daily basis now, considering and then not even considering putting PD in that tank. I've already taken a bunch of stomatellas out of there. There's still a bunch in there. But that's not my big concern. My big concern is Leo. Leo is such a tiny little clownfish. Petey's tiny, but Leo is tinier. So I keep thinking, maybe I could give it a try. And as long as he doesn't go over there and respects Mai's territory. As long as Mai makes him respect her territory. Which, yeah, good chance of. And Petey shouldn't fuck with Leo. But you see how Leo likes to explore. He's so tiny. It's just, you know, that little speck that kind of resembles a clownfish going across the middle of the tank there. Now he's back in the middle of the pond. God, the size difference. Oh, man. Like, he's not the tiniest clownfish, but he looks like the tiniest clownfish next to Mai. She makes this 55 look like a 10-gallon, for fuck's sake. Oh, so, my total revenue is all the way up to $70. So, in 2 months after we're homeless, I might get a fucking paycheck from them. My disability is going to cover rent. And it'll cover half of the electric bill. It's mainly just bills and food we're worried about. That, my God, Medicaid needs to reimburse us for the over $1,000 that we've spent in cash now. Seems to me like medical marijuana would be like a cheaper alternative for most things. But this is how much just going to regular freaking doctor scans and stuff costs. Like, people want to tell me to stop smoking cigarettes. Okay, what's the alternative? Psychiatrist who's going to prescribe me some shit that's going to turn me into a drooling zombie just to calm my fucking nerves. I can't put that cart before this horse. No matter how hard I try to push, it don't work. Now see, if my YouTube channel would be allowed to get views, you know, the same way many other YouTube channels could get views while their orator, narrator, whatever the hell I'm called, smoked cigarettes on camera. You know, like the Powerland video that everybody fucking saw. Everybody saw that fucking video. It's probably got 10 times more views than it's showing. I come on here, I smoke cigarettes. Oh, no, now you're not supposed to smoke cigarettes. You can't even do grown-up shit on the fucking internet where nobody can smell it. What are you getting, secondhand smoke from the fucking live stream? YouTube in fucking California, weed's legal there, but you can't smoke on the street. Hilarious. I think a lot of people in California are just pissed off because they didn't realize how cold the water was going to be till they got there. Dude, it's California, man. It's like one big fucking beach. Yep, the water is 43 degrees. $58 in the summer, you know. That is some cold ass water. I was right by LA. The water was still cold. I ain't never have I felt water that cold in the ocean. Never. Not in New Zealand. Not in Australia. Not in the Gulf of Mexico. Not in Florida. That sums up my beach experience. Oh, Hawaii. Not in Hawaii. Oh yeah. The one place in Hawaii that I ever visited. Kilauea. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-bam. Yep. When I was a kid. When I was still bizarrely powerful. when I was still acting out enchantments that were programmed to me before birth that seemed to be setting the stage for the distant future. And oh yeah, the volcano at Kilauea was always a big part of those memories. I told you about it before. And now, what's happening? Oh, that's what's happening. Tu tira mai na ewe, tapo tapo e. Tu tira mai na ewe, oh e, tapo tapo e. Vaya ki mana na pana. It's gonna be like Moana's Revenge and shit. Oh man. Just what a coincidence, you know? Now of all times. That place of all places. Ominous enough that Obama was from there, huh? Sure explains his name, doesn't it? So yesterday, fissure 19 and 20 opened up, and there is just massive clouds of ash spewing up from it. I don't know if you've seen it, but you know, I provide original content on this channel. And, you know, I'm not going to be so bold as to do what everybody else always seems to do, and, you know, have no problem getting away with, which is just playing other people's videos. But you can see on basically every major news channel that there is a massive steam geyser. You mean no magma? Steam? Now see, what they're worried about is that because this escalation, if you will, wasn't explosive. Tiger Lily, what are you doing? Because this escalation wasn't explosive, they're worried about it continuing to recede the central lake and basically coming down, and then because of the tremendous amount of pressure that is being released right now, that pressure could then get sealed off. The caldera could get sealed off. The magma that's left in there could melt, lava, whatever. I mean, it could harden, excuse me. And the pressure could continue to build up. And what might happen is all these places that have become weakly but sufficiently sealed to allow the pressure to build up, but still overall like welded cracks. Well, everything between them could all just blow up at once. You see, this massive but slow release now could basically be opening up cavities between pockets deep down beneath the bedrock. And once those cavities merge, the pressure augmenting the cavern that's exposed right now gives this accelerated flow. But if that cools and it stops because of it cooling, as the pressure equalizes, then once it's cooled, the pressure between those merged caverns continues to equalize, which means the lower pressure upper chamber becomes even more pressurized than it ever was. And then the Band-Aid gets ripped off. I was always terrified of that mountain when I was little. Once I saw the monster truck, fucking, it's just like the one in New Zealand. But they got a rental out there. Rent your own monster truck. Well, back in the 80s they did anyways. they probably don't do that kind of thing anymore. Come to think of it, little heavy on the fumes. But still kind of scary to think about. A lot of people out there. And man, you know, my entire theory that this is a possibility is based on how Ayers Rock physically sits. You ever looked at Ayers Rock? It looks like a walnut, because what you're looking at is bedrock on its side, as if it was tossed into the air and that's where it landed. And you know, to me, looks like a duck. Probably goes quack. So to me, if it looks like it got tossed up in the air and landed there in the middle of a freaking dirt patch, that dirt patch would have become desert because of the impact, so you can't exactly assume that it would have landed in a desert. It could have made the fucking desert. And then all that desert could have been flooded, and all the sand would have leveled out around it. In fact, that's what I think is exactly what forms the topography of Australia. It's an impact crater. And what we can only surmise is that because it is not a meteorite, it is in fact bedrock, that some sort of tectonic anomaly must have cast it asunder. I like saying that. Can't tell. Well, one must then extrapolate. How does the pressure build up in a subterranean scenario that could cause such a calamity? Well, what's happening in Hawaii right now is exactly how. Because what you're seeing right now in Hawaii, everything down to the way the people are acting, is exactly how the people off the coast of Greece acted 2,400 years ago or so. But like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go find the end of the rabbit hole for yourself. Bruny Island, Australia. You know what you find on Bruny Island? Well, essentially, what you find is a copious population, and I do mean copious, of white rabbits. Right there at the end of the world. Right there on the tip. Between Tasmania and New Zealand, sort of. But on the coast of Australia. Just to the northeast of Tasmania. There's a little island. With a lot of unexplored caves. And an interesting little lighthouse that looks familiar to me from my dreams when I was a child. And after I found this lighthouse, just looking for lighthouses in Australia, and after following many rabbit holes down many different winding streams, I found the lighthouse, and then I found that this island had a bizarre phenomenon. Just like so many white rabbits, you wonder how the fuck they eat. There's just, for reasons that most people just can't figure out, there's theories. Nobody really knows, though. You know, there's lots of logical ways one could presume that they got there, sure. You know, maybe they were headed for Gilligan's Island and had a shipwreck. They just thought it was going to be a 3-hour tour. 8 days later, there's more of them, you know. Because they, you know, they breed like rabbits, don't they? But I was on this little quest to find the lighthouse of my dreams. From when I was a child. And like everything about it. Everything about the layout of where that lighthouse sits. And the cliffs and the caves and the cliffs. And the little waterfalls and everything. It was exactly as I remember. And then, the bunny thing. And my mind was blown. Because how ironic, how silly, how just the way it should be is that, you know? The proverbial rabbit hole is real, and there's actual white rabbits there. You know, they say that people used to stay in caves along valleys to escape other people. Some people have said to escape aliens. No. You live in caves along valleys to escape fallout. Not nuclear fallout. Wouldn't help much. But ash cloud fallout. Meteoric fallout. Projectiles that have been blasted so high in the sky that they took years to finish falling. That's why entire civilizations left where they were and moved into caves in the sides of valleys. You see this over and over again all over the world. Not just one group of people does that. Nobody does that for fun. And if you think about it in a tactical situation, as a means by which to escape an invading army, just no. You will be some bizarre cross between sitting ducks and fish in a barrel, and your feathers and scales will fly everywhere. Like, seriously? It is generally speaking, not tactically correct to increase the ease by which somebody can kill you, if they mean to. And the only thing that puts somebody in a situation where they could be just easily wiped out with the slightest bit of effort, as long as it was intentional, is if they are trying to escape shit that is falling from the sky. Similar situation in any kind of bomb, any kind of fallout shelter that we would have built in the 50s. Somebody could just come along and lock your ass in there, and then you're dead. Same thing with holes carved in the side of a cliff. All I gotta do is find the top of that cliff. And that whole cliff will come crashing down. The slightest bit of effort. Hell, if you're talking about an army, you just go stand up there and jump. And just, oh man, come on. God forbid they just take some rocks and start throwing them. The cliff of a valley is where you go when the air above the valley is toxic. I think people back then were a lot smarter than they are now, though. And most of those valleys had a lot more plant life than they do now. You don't even see plants like they used to have back then. Big meaty plants. What the hell? It's like the whole world was on Miracle-Gro. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it was all those doves that Noah was breeding. They were just going around shitting Miracle-Gro. Perfectly plausible. Perfectly fucking plausible. But anyways, you think I'm being random and vague enough for this not to be like one of them videos that they complain about? Who's here? I see there's people watching, and of course, thank you for watching, Easy Reefers. Okay, I have a graphic that says so. because, you know, half retard mode is not sufficient. Oh, there's like things on my news scroll that are just kind of hard to resist. Wish I wasn't so tired. I'd go and make another stream on the other channel. But yeah, oh, there's some good juicy stuff happening right about now. Oh, Mr. Pac-Man's taking calls in 15 minutes. I should give him a call, 617-830-4750. 617-830-4750. Oh yes, I know you're still there, Maxwell. Oh, speaking of which, I had no idea how many videos you had actually uploaded. You were right, I definitely was not seeing them. My God, man, thank you for how much you put in there. Like I must have only seen like 1 out of 5. It's crazy. Like, I was kind of blown away by just how many of your videos I had to freaking censor. I left some of them. They're not on any, like, visible playlists, but they're not, like, unlisted. But, like, anything that was, like, you know, any of the words that I can't even mention. Went ahead and just, put that to unlisted, and I added them all to, a classic rants playlist, which I guess I'm going to put up on the Facebook page or something for now, and then later on I'll go and divide it up into individual playlists so that they can be actually viewed in some practical way. But yeah. That was just quite bizarre. Almost as bizarre as seeing a video that I just added to a playlist 3 pages later with half the fucking views. I think those things are actually equally bizarre. And there's a couple of videos where I know I had like 9, 12 likes, like I had like a pleasantly surprising number of likes early on when I just posted the video, and I go back and look at them and they got like hardly any views and 2 likes. I'm like, oh man, that was a great video! People like that! What the hell? Nothing I can do about it. Nothing. Nothing tra-la-la. Nothing whatever? Nothing whatever. It's a crazier time now. Now it's... I'm missing 200,000 views. I'm missing well over 200,000 views from this channel. Not that that's going to pay my bills or anything, but, you know, more people will be able to see me begging for donations. Tell you what, maybe I ought to just go to the fucking used car lot and sell cars. See if I can turn myself into a bullshit car salesman. See if I can turn myself into a bullshit YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing like a top 10 reasons why you need a fish tank. Top 10 reasons why your wife should let you buy a fish tank. Top 10 ways you can get your wife to let you buy a fish tank. top 5 things to do if your wife won't let you buy a fish tank. Top 10 reasons why you and your wife need a fish tank. Top 10 reasons why parents need a fish tank. Top 10 reasons why you're not even cool without a fish tank. Actually, I just made that one up, but I need to write that down. Brody is on back order. Did they offer you to exchange a different model or anything? Or is it like, that's the one? Yeah. I'd much rather sell fish tanks than cars. I'd like to, like, it's kind of like I found an enjoyment in this possibility, kind of like what I used to do in my computer business. In my computer business, I would build the customer exactly what they needed. You know, exactly what they needed. Down to like what kind of, like back when they had trackballs. Like I'd offer a trackball, man. Like get exactly what kind of keyboard you do. I'd check and make sure you didn't have arthritis before I stuck you with a regular keyboard. And you'd still get a nice, like a Microsoft Internet keyboard was my regular keyboard. With the little wrist pad and everything. Ask people if they wear contacts, if they don't wear glasses. a preset resolution and font size for them. And depending on what they do, I'd give them, you know, like the properly oriented system. Gigantic amounts of RAM, gigantic amounts of hard drive space, gigantic video card, gigantic everything, you know. Going to connect to a work server, Intel motherboard, Intel chip. Seriously, man, if you wonder why your computer is slowing down, in America anyways, probably because you didn't buy a fucking Intel chip and processor. The AMD's, you know, those made in Texas now, and they're pretty good. Well, some of their shit's made in Texas now. Since they merged with NVIDIA. After merging with ATI, right? So now ATI and NVIDIA are the same thing. Doesn't that seem like blasphemy to you, Max? You can't take the two competing video cards and make them the same video card. You know? Like, no, my TNT's better. No, I just added another Voodoo 2, you know? I got 4 of them running now. I'm running 14,000 by 8,000 resolution. What? It's not even possible. I got 4 video cards. I know. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Okay, can't talk to type to text to stuff, pudding pops. Oh yeah, AMD, ATI, and NVIDIA, and I think Texas Instruments as well, are all one company now. NVIDIA and Texas Instruments merged first, and AMD and ATI merged, and then they all merged together. I could be mistaken on that, but I really only think I'm doubting that because of the length of time it's been since I bothered to look it up. But feel free to check me on that. I'd be happy to hear I was wrong, but I think I'm unfortunately right with that. Unfortunately, I think I'm right. Isn't that how it usually is? If I found a genie, if I wasn't so smart, my first wish would just to be a dumbass. Genie, I wish to be a dumbass. Let's see, you know. In which case, technically, the genie would simply turn around and look at me and say, "You already are." Alright, brother, take it easy. careful what you wish for. Because there's a lot of different things that define a dumbass. There's a lot of degrees of dumbassness. Oh, yes. There's like Kim Kardashian dumbass. And then there's like black guy who supports, you know who. You know what I was going to say. And then, of course, there's like, I can put butter on toast, kind of, you know. Oh, wait, no, I already said the Kardashian. Sorry. Yay! Comma. So it's only me she's disappointed with. Period. LOL. Wife didn't quite make it to the awards ceremony on time. But the kid didn't know the difference. She said she thought I was there the whole time. Well, I'm glad somebody learned something. I'm glad I'm at least being somewhat beneficial to somebody. I'm not completely wasting my fucking time on these broadcasts and shit. Apparently I helped a lot of people with their CRVs, or got at least, you know, some entertainment out of it. 10,000 views on the CRV video. That ain't too bad. I'd be very happy to have 10,000 views on this video. To figure out you know, whoever this bitch is that's in my phone, just kind of creepy. What's her name? Callisti? Armageddon? I don't know. I wonder if I can rename her. That'd be fun. I'm being intentionally vague and it's annoying, I know. For those few who haven't already figured out what kind of phone I have now. And what I'd like to do is find a better app for filming YouTube videos. You see, the camera in here doesn't have a whole lot of settings that you can configure. And well, one of the cool things about that video with the 10,000 views was that I filmed it with my camera and successfully used the pause button to make like a, you know, a video without the space between the dialogue. Made it a little more entertaining and snappy kind of. And that was mostly just as a means to save SD space while I was walking between and doing stuff between stuff, but it wound up making for a good video. But if I just had something that could record with a pause button, I could make similar videos. But no, now my phone's kaput again. And my new phone don't do that. James, do you hear me? Know anything about video making apps? Anybody? Should I just sort by the number of stars? Oh yeah, that's what I should do, right? Trust the trolls. No! All these in-app purchases. Can't deal with the in-app purchases. I'm gonna accidentally click some shit and owe people money. Fuck that. Insta Beauty, a selfie camera. Oh, yeah, that's what I need. I need a selfie camera. Slide maker? Well, these fucking things cost money. Oh no. Is it worth a crap? Oh, a music video maker. Can I get one of those apps to make me one of them fancy splash screen introductions? So I can get my shill on? 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Her test results came in, her brain is fine. Well, doesn't that mean they should clear you if Heidi will take you back? Question mark. Oh, so somebody's chatting. Before you talk to the neurologist, you might actually want to call Heidi. Period. Because you don't want to do one thing before the other. Period. period. Because going back there is one thing, but looking for a new job is going to be next to impossible. Period. Oh, come on, who's watching, man? Sit there and just watch the fish tank and listen to me when I text my wife. You're not even chatting. Jeez. I'm kidding. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to be able to chat with whoever's watching. Because frankly, I forget that I'm broadcasting every damn time. I'm kidding. About half the time. Maybe about a third of the time. Tukas? Ooh, there's a new video on Bulk Reef Supply Com. There's been com at the end of it. Bulk Reef Supply's YouTube channel about the Vortex pumps. The new Vortex pumps. That's Ecotech Marine MP whatever. The quiet drives. I can't wait to have a big enough reef tank to actually warrant that kind of expense. One day. It's going to be a custom built tank right in the center of my store. It's probably going to be the only big tank in there. I'm definitely going to need at least 8 NP60s. I'm glad your brain's okay. So, part of her eye didn't die. There's just nothing there. There should be like dead cells. There's just nothing there. As if a bean-shaped mass has been teleported from... Why is it bean-shaped? Somebody call Jack. Ask him if he knows. If she's going to like grow a vine out of her eye socket and we're going to be able to climb it and meet a giant. I don't know, baby. All I know is that YouTube ain't gonna pay the bills the way it's looking. We got our rent paid, and we got some of our bills paid. Y'all's donations basically pay my internet bill every month. Which I don't have cable, I just have internet. I literally only use it for news and keeping y'all informed. Hardly ever do anything for myself anymore. It's kind of bizarre. For some reason it's easier. YouTube. For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. First it wrote U2, as in Y-O-U-T-W-O, and my wife asked, "You two who?" And I said, "You two," and I mumbled "for fuck's sake," and it writes down for Foxy. For Foxy. That's hilarious. I like saying period after every sentence, period. What? I feel all smart and important because somebody has to write down what I say, even though it's just a digital device. That's hilarious. Nearly 2,000 transcripts of... So yeah, it's not her brain. So now they don't know what the fuck, but at least they know it's not her brain. All I know is that it's the middle of the month. We don't have any more money coming in until next month. Unless some people who haven't donated in a while can come hard with it. Just like with Super Chats, if you're going to donate, send a message with it and tell me what you want me to make a video on. You know, I'd really prefer to focus on what you guys want to see now. If it's going to be something that needs to be on the other channel, I'll put it on the other channel. And you can donate still to the old channel at Gmail via PayPal. Just use the channel as an email address. Put a little message on what kind of videos you want me to make. Just as long as it doesn't involve repairing that accurate text, because I don't feel like it. But if somebody sends me enough money, I'll do that. I'll call one of them Craigslist mechanics to come over here and teach me how to install a power steering pump. Because, man, I didn't see it come apart. It's just hanging by a zip tie and the hydraulic line. I don't have, I mean, like, I could go in there and put it together like it looks like in the pictures, and it might work, but I don't have confidence that it will work. I don't have confidence that it will stay working, you know? Like, I don't have confidence that I will have done it right. There were a lot of things when I was living in my car that I just had to go ahead and do anyways. And then I learned to have confidence in my ability to do those things. Because, hey, look, I did them, and shit ain't broke yet. Yeah, I think we did, Max. Thanks. Well, but for other viewers, you know, other people, don't feel pressure, brother. You ain't got it like that. I got a sister who's got it like that. Because she inherited some money from her husband's relative. And she ain't never called me since. That wasn't how I was planning on rolling with life. Yep, not me. The Murphys is home. Hold on. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple paraleaf.
Y'all say hey to Haley. This is my bestie who's been bringing me all over BFE for all my appointments. And yes, Max, we're still baffled.
Completely.
We're still completely baffled. But I only got one of the scans, one of the 2 scans that they scheduled for me today. I only got the results of one. So one of the scans is clear. We're not sure about the other one yet. I'm imagining the other one is going to show the big black spot or whatever. Or the spot that they weren't sure. Alright, y'all, I'm going to mute this for a minute. I'll be right back. Well, the issue seems to be that, and apparently I learned this is something new. I always thought that strokes just affected the brain, but the ophthalmologist told me yesterday that, apparently you can have a stroke in your eyeball, which I guess is what he's thinking it is, but he's not sure because in his 30 years of practicing ophthalmology, he's never seen this. So, he's wanting me to have a second opinion at their main hospital in New Orleans, which, hell if I know if I can get there and back or not, but I'm still waiting on that second scan result to come in. And it's got me a little concerned because of how fast the first one came in, and they did them back to back, so the fact that the second one is taking a really long time to come in is a little disconcerting. The fact that you cannot regrow cells is also disconcerting, considering I'm missing cells in my eyeball. And at this point, being that they don't even know exactly what caused the cells to vanish in my eye, we don't even know if this is something that's going to be debilitating, that's going to keep getting worse over time, and eventually I'll be completely blind on the left side. So. Yeah, more questions. Which is usually how it goes when you go to the doctor, right? You leave with more questions than you had when you walked in. Anyhow.
That's all. We'll be back after a little while. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to restart this broadcast in higher definition with just a, visual theme only. Please check back in about 40 seconds. And thanks for watching. Click the like button before you go, and make sure you subscribe.